You're watching the 39th season of Football Friday. Live from WTOK, it's Football Friday with Patrick Talbot and Carmen Corley. Football Friday begins now.
Welcome to week 11 of Football Friday. Regular season wrapped up tonight, and it's all about playoff action. We had crews across East Mississippi and West Alabama tonight.
Yeah, that's right, Carmen. We are also going to do our best to give you a look at all possible matchups for the next round of playoffs for most of our teams tonight. We've got lots to get to, so let's get started with this week's game of the week out in Decatur. The Newton County Cougars hosting the Amory Panthers in some first-round action tonight. We'll go ahead and pick this one up in the first quarter. Quarterback Braden Moronto takes snap, throws it over the middle, but Newton County's Byron Pruitt picks it off. That's quite the return. They were unable to put points on the board after that turnover there. To the second, Amory's Moronto completes the pass to Azell, who's stopped by a host of Cougars there, refusing to go down. A couple of plays later, Moronto hands it off to Randall, reverses it to Spratt, takes it in for 6. Amory would lead 7-0 after that. Ensuing drive for the Cougars, though. They've got the ball here. Campbell is going to take the snap, hands it off to Pruitt on the jet sweep, and Pruitt, he loses the ball, and Amory is going to pick it up, run it all the way back to the house. Newton County just unable to get anything going offensively tonight. They fall, losing 23-7. Amory will face Louisville next week.
And now a trip to Collinsville as West Lauderdale takes on Ripley out of Region 1. Knights facing fourth down early on. Caden Peoples in the pocket, and he will air one out to Chase Gathings to put the Knights inside about the 5-yard line, leaving it for Peoples to walk it in himself to put West up 7-0 after one drive. Later in the quarter, Ripley will find themselves down 14-0, so Ethan Adams rolls out to his left and runs past all 11 Knights on the field, putting the Tigers back in this game. And as we know by now, the Knights don't like to be disrespected in the Kingdom, so Peoples will do what he does best and fires a rocket into the arms of Ashton Ratcliffe for the easy 6, putting themselves ahead 21-7. Final from this one, West wins 49-28 and will host Houston in the second round.
Very nice. Choctaw Central would fall to Itawamba tonight, losing 42-21. Quitman will face Forest County AHS next week after beating Greene County 34-28 tonight. Heading on out to Kemper County, where the Wildcats are hosting Perry Central tonight. Starting with the kickoff here, Perry Central wants to try an onside, and they're going to recover the ball a couple of plays later. Perry Austin Jones hands the ball to his running back. Cephas Pruitt breaks several tackles and gets a major run before being pushed out of bounds. Next play here, Jones on the QB keeper says he'll do it himself. Big run up the middle. Bulldogs up 6-0 after that touchdown run. Kemper with the ball now. Kendatrian Backstrom. Keeper spinning away from some defenders before being brought down. A couple of plays later, Backstrom looking for a receiver, and he finds Jaquavius Brandon making that diving catch. Demarius Yates is going to get the ball right here as he's going to take the handoff. Going to his left, breaking some tackles, and watch a stiff arm.
Woo, he loves a stiff arm.
Fighting for those extra yards, unable to put points on the board, though. A few drives later, though, Backstrom once again looking for his man, has him open downfield. Nice touchdown there, walking into the end zone. Tying the game at 6. They would get the extra point and go up 7-6. Kemper County wins 41-22. They will face McGee next week.
Good deal. And Southeast Lauderdale falls tonight. Enterprise falls to Tylertown in the final seconds of the game. And now the Philadelphia Tornadoes are home as they face the Hatley Tigers in the first round of the playoffs. It's going to be quarterback Jamari Hickman. He gets the snap and hands it off to Cameron Bowler, who cuts upfield and gets chopped down by Jackson Jones and fumbles. Tigers will recover the ball. Hatley drives down the field, but the Tornadoes hold up the defense, forcing Tigers to kick for 3. Later on in the game, Hickman's going to get the snap. He hands it off to CJ Rush, and he is breaking tackles left and right, stiff-arming a man. We're seeing a lot of that tonight.
Yes,
and takes it to the house for a huge touchdown for the Tornadoes. And instead of an extra point, they're going to get a little aggressive and go for 2 as Dylan Graham takes it off to the end zone, and that will be good for them. Philadelphia wins 44-3 and will play Northside next week. And in other 2A playoff action, Clarkdale falls to Heidelberg. Union moves on and will play Leflore County next week. Lake Falls Demise Sebastopol wins and will face Charleston. Scott Central moves on to the second round to face Raleigh, and Bay Springs will play Pisgah.
Very nice. In 1A action tonight, Knox Pater would fall to Stringer. Nanawaya would move on to the second round. They'll face Lumberton. In MAIS action, 8-man football, the Generals win 49-12. They'll travel to DeSoto, Arkansas next week to face the Thunderbirds. And the Lamar Raiders season comes to an end. They fall 31-21. Carmen, you were out at Demopolis, out in West Alabama for tonight's tailgate game.
Yes.
How was it out there? First time at Demopolis for
It
you?
was great. Demopolis was a really cool high school. They had the huge helmet that they run out of smoke. It was very thematic, and I loved it. It was awesome. I was like, this is high school football.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It was great. So we can head on out to Demopolis for those highlights. It was a packed house tonight as the Tigers hosted the UMS Wright Prep Bulldogs. Less than 2 minutes in the first quarter, Jake Powell under center. He's going to take the snap and hands it off to Keyshawn Rouser. He's through the gap and off to the promised land. Tigers with the first points on the board. They will lead 7-0. Second quarter, Max Fowler in the pocket. He throws one and it is intercepted by Jamarcus Botters. He'll pick up a couple yards before he goes down. Next drive, and it's feeling like deja vu. Powell's going to take the snap and drop back while I'm trying to find the play. Johnny Megason picks him off and is on the way to the house to tie the game up at 7. Finally, UMS Wright wins it 21-7 and will face Andalusia.
Very nice. We'll head out to Livingston now, where the UCS Trailblazers take on the Milry Wildcats. Quarterback Thomas Smith hands the ball off to Cameron Watkins, who gets a game before going down later in the drive. Smith is going to launch it, and it's caught by Adrian Hamilton. Ref kind of got in the way there. They're unable to put points on the board. Milry's Marlowe takes the handoff, getting the Wildcats down to about the 10, where they would go on to score as he shoved out of bounds right there. Ref got in the way of the score. Cameron Paris is going to pick up a sack here in a few seconds. There he is, right there, just right up the middle for the sack. UCS again with the ball, but this time Watkins makes a nice play. He's got the sideline, makes the defender miss, blocking downfield, but he's unable to score. Milry goes on to win it 34-6. Carmen, unfortunately,
a lot of our schools fell tonight.
Yeah,
reading through all these, I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh.
So
they had great seasons, but it hurts to see them go down. I'm sad.
Yeah, you hear the saying, like, only 7 teams, 8 teams, however many classes there are, walk away with a win at the end of the year. So we've still got a few teams left. Hopefully they get home games next week.
I hope so we can go out to them. Yes.
Well, that remains to be seen. We'll have that update this weekend when we break down those playoff matchups for next week. Neshoba Central, they won. We'll get to them in a minute. But still to come on Football Friday, we'll have a look at Alabama playoff scores and a few Thursday night scores, speaking of. Hand out our helmet stickers, and we'll preview the Saturday college action. Stay with us.